Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. The TRO2018 donational indicators. They'll be out coming soon. Okay, what do we have? I've been working on something about the past month or so, analyzing price action. You know, I talk about price action a lot. And basically, what price will do, it will break out of the last candle, either break out of the bottom, break out of the top, or stay within it. Or it'll break out of both sides. That's all price can do. Well, I was thinking about that, and then I thought, well, what if we looked at the last bear candle and the last bull candle, or red, green? And so what I did was I wrote an indicator that says, okay, here's the last red candle or bear candle, and here's the last bull, or most recent, however you want to say it. And so it puts up these zones. And as you can see, it breaks out. And it basically tells a story. Now, you can do a lot with this indicator. This one's called the last RG for last red green candle. And you can see I have the zone shaded. It puts the price boxes, and we're showing the fibs. Right there are the fib lines. Also, if you want, you can turn off the fibs, you can turn off the zone shading, and you can turn on the wick zones of those candles. So once again, you can see here where the wick zone breaks are on these candles. So, and of course it works on the different time frames. So we can go down to 1 hour, but also, because I knew somebody would ask, let's say you want to set it to the day. You can do that too, and it'll put up the daily wick zone. Or the, I'm sorry, not the daily wick zone, but the wick zone for the last red and green or bull bear candles. So there you have it. So basically this was the previous day, and I don't know how many days ago that one is. Maybe I could put the labels out there. That'd be a modification down the road. So that's one of the indicators that's available. And also, if you wanted to, let's see, what else do we have in here? I think that's pretty much it. And you can specify your colors, of course, and your fib levels, or you can use whatever levels you want there. Okay, and we also have here, we've got an indicator I call the last turn. So if we turn this indicator off, we can come down and turn this one on. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, let's widen the chart. And what is this showing us? This is showing us a turn trade. The last turn. So you see here, you have a bear candle followed by a bull. So here is the turn for that candle. But then you have a bull candle followed by a bear. And so then you have the turn here. So once again, we're looking for price to turn one way or the other, and we're going to take the breakout of this candle here, the signal candle. So here, this is going down. You could take the break saying buyers are pushing up, and here it would be the full breakout. And these are dynamic, so every time the bar changes, we will get these moving along with us, the last turn. Now, if there isn't a turn, then they're going to stay put. So you see right here, it looks like we're going to have a bear to bull turn. So this indicator will come down here at the close of the hour. But we just start at the top of the hour. So let's see if M5 is going to be any different here. And also with this indicator, it has a lot of the same features. You can show fibs, you can show the wick zones. So if we take you can leave the shading on if you want, but I just turn it off so you can actually see. So you can see there's your wick zones. Okay. Next. Well, I have the multimeters, the last green candle signal and the last red candle signal. So once again, if we're looking at the red-green candles, let's turn this one back on. Let's turn this one off. And if I remember correctly, let's reset this to the current period. Okay, so here's our last green and our last red, even though they're white and black on my chart. And you can see we've got these wick zones. So last candle we're looking at M5. The last red candle was 2 bars ago. And this is saying, okay, we've got a red candle here, so that's the last one. Okay, and the LTT, that's the last turn trade. So we're looking at M5. The last turn trade was 1 bar ago, and you can see it was a green or bull turn from bear to bull, from red to white. Now, and also we've got these signals, and what these signals show us is the position. Is it above the high of the last green candle? Is it breaking out below? And so right here you see on the M5 time frame, it's within the previous bull and the previous bear candle. But you can see here, if we shift over to D1, here's D1, you can see that the price is below the last green or bull candle right here, and the price is below, right there, price is below the low of the last red candle. So that's what these multimeters, these are telling you. So basically you can see if you've got more red than green, which way you want to go. And usually I look at it in thirds, and especially for price entries. So for example, if this started going green and maybe you had a green H1, then I'd be thinking, okay, yeah, let's go, let's buy. Now the final one here is, you see here's all the multimeters, is the multimeter for dollar strength. Now, I know there's a bunch of strength meters out there, and they usually use like 24 pairs or 25 pairs or 28 pairs. And I got to thinking about something. You're basically counting some pairs twice. Because if you've got the Euro USD and USD Japan, well, the Euro Yen is just a synthetic mix of the Euro USD, USD Japan. So there's no point in counting that again, at least. So I was thinking, I just made a simple meter where here we've got the dollar Canadian, dollar franc, dollar yen, Australian US, Euro US, pound US, and New Zealand US. And all I'm doing is counting pips, close minus open. Real simple. And so when you see, and you take, and then you sum it up. So for those 7 pairs right now on the M1, there's 3 pips against the dollar, 6 pips against the dollar on M5, but 2 on M15, 2 on M30, 2 on H1, minus 3 here on H4. And so you can see pretty quickly if the dollar is strong or if the dollar is weak. You only against the other currencies. Now, once again, this is just real simple. And if you wanted to, if you were a pound trader, then you could substitute the pound for the dollar and the dollar for the pound, and then you'd find out how strong the British pound was versus the other currencies. But since I usually trade dollar denominated currencies, I want to see how the dollar is doing. So should I be long the dollar or short the dollar? Really simple, basic stuff here. So I believe that covers all the indicators here on the chart. We've got our 5 multimeters and our 2 last red-green candle or last turn trade candle. Now you can turn them both on if you want. Just with the shading, it's going to get kind of confusing. You see here, sometimes it'll blank it out because we're using the same colors. So what you can go in and do is use, oh, that's the multimeter. So what we could do here is we could go green, red, let's go upper shade. Let's just go I'm trying to think what colors I want to use here. Upper shade, lime green, and the lower shade, fire brick. And so now you can get to see the difference. So it can get pretty messy when you do that, but it is possible. And also you can have indicator tags. So for example, if you wanted to do 1 hour and a daily, you could just make one indicator with the indicator tag of 0 and the second one indicator tag of 1. And then that way you can have them both on the chart. And then you can really make things look pretty hairy if you want. So anyway, that's just showing you the start off of the new year donationals. I hope you like them. Once again, thanks for all the support out there, fellow traders. Much appreciated. And look, I'll be putting out also the a mother load, finishing up the 2017 mother load. So you guys know where I post my code. You can go download that. No donations required. So anyway, I hope you guys had a really good 2017. Hope my indicators helped you. And I hope you have a great 2018 coming up. And as always, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. The Rumpled One signing off to go drain the banks.